यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड को लेकर जो चर्चा की है, अनेक बार आदेश दिए हैं, क्योंकि देश का एक बहुत बड़ा वर्ग मानता है और उसमें सच्चाई भी है कि जिस सिविल कोड को हम लेकर के जी रहे हैं, वो सिविल कोड सचमुच में तो एक प्रकार का कम्युनल सिविल कोड है, भेदभाव करने वाला सिविल कोड है। ऐसे सिविल कोड से जब संविधान के 75 वर्ष मना रहे हैं और संविधान की भावना भी जो हमें कहती है करने के लिए, देश की सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी हमें कहती है करने के लिए, और तब जो संविधान निर्माताओं का सपना था, उस सपने को पूरा करना हम सबका दायित्व है। और मैं मानता हूं इस गंभीर विषय पर देश में चर्चा हो, व्यापक चर्चा हो, हर कोई अपने विचारों को लेकर के आए और उन कानूनों को, जो कानून धर्म के आधार पर देश को बांटते, जो ऊंच नीच का कारण बन जाते हैं, ऐसे कानूनों को आधुनिक समाज में कोई स्थान नहीं हो सकता है। अब समय की मांग है कि देश में एक सेकुलर सिविल कोड हो। हमने कम्युनल सिविल कोड में 75 साल बिताए हैं, अब हमें सेक्युलर सिविल कोड की तरफ जाना होगा और तब जाकर के देश में धर्म के आधार पर जो भेदभाव हो रहे हैं, सामान्य नागरिक को जो दूरी महसूस होती है, उससे हमें मुक्ति मिलेगी।
Viewers, happy Independence Day. PM Modi's rebranding of the Uniform Civil Code as a secular civil code has turned the tables on opposition parties who've long championed secularism or have claimed to champion secularism. Has this move shifted the narrative? By emphasizing on the word secular, has PM Modi reframed the debate, perhaps making it even harder for opponents to argue against a code that ensures equal rights for all citizens, regardless of religion? We don't know. But what's certain is that PM Modi's secular code page has exposed contradictions within the opposition parties who now face a dilemma. Can they oppose a reform that aligns with constitutional principles and promotes secularism? It has put opposition on the back foot because by embracing the term secular, PM Modi has forced opponents to reevaluate their stance. They must now decide whether to support a reform that aligns with their stated values or risk appearing duplicitous, hypocritical. PM Modi also highlighted the constitutional commitment by referencing the Constitution. He reminded citizens that a uniform civil code is a long overdue commitment. Modi's opponents, viewers, must now confront their reluctance to implement a constitutional provision. Political pundits consider this as a masterstroke as it forces Vipaks to rebrand their opposition to the UCC. It also puts the spotlight on their commitment to secularism and makes it harder to argue against a reform that seeks to promote equality. Sample what the opposition has said.
These are hot air balloons being floated to somehow distract people, to somehow polarize people.
Whatever Prime Minister spoke today at Red Fort was nothing but in order to explain their divisive, disastrous, sinister agenda.
सेकुलर नाम से चिढ़ने वाला राजनीतिक दल भाजपा है। समाजवाद के नाम से चिढ़ने वाला कोई दल अगर है तो भाजपा है।
एक तो सेकुलर सिविल कोड की बात वो लोग करते हैं जिन्होंने अपने 10 साल के कार्यकाल में सिवाय मुसलमानों को हिट करने की कुछ नहीं किया। शादी, तलाक और निकाह, इन 3 चीजों में संविधान ने मुझे इजाजत दी है कि मैं अपने लॉ के हिसाब से उस पर अमल कर सकता हूं। तो ये क्यों इस पर तुले हुए हैं कि भाई इन तीनों को खत्म करना चाहिए।
Viewers, you heard the reactions. Let's open this up. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Dr. Anand Ranganathan needs no introduction. Rohit Agarwal, spokesperson of the RLD. Professor Anwar Pasha, national spokesperson of the RJD. Ghanshyam Tiwari, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Haji Meherdin Rangre, spokesperson of the AIMIM. And Kamruzaman Chaudhary ji completes the panel. Dr. Ranganathan, I want to begin by asking you a fundamental question. Has Prime Minister Modi today turned the tables, turned the UCC table on those who call themselves secularists?
Good evening, Pranesh, and good evening to my fellow panelists, and wishing everyone a very, very happy Independence Day. Look, I think you're right to some extent. I think it's quote unquote, what do they say, masterstroke. Let me explain a little bit in detail, because then it'll be very clear to your viewers. Look, as I've already said before, there are 2 laws in this country, Pranesh. one for non-Hindus, and one against Hindus. A uniform civil code, or as Mr. Modi is now started calling it, maybe that might be the official version, the secular civil code, is not just a necessity for India. It is a prerequisite for India's unity. Pranesh, religious fanatics may have held to ransom a generation previous to ours through partition. They may have held to ransom our generation through Shah Bano. But we will not allow them to hold to ransom our future generations. We have to say no to religious fanatics. Enough is enough. There are broadly 4 issues here. Let me delve one by one into them very briefly. Number 1, on the pretext of diversity, one cannot allow discrimination to flourish. And that is what has been happening. Just one example. Supreme Court recently conferred Hindu daughters with equal rights to father's property going back to 1949, saying, quote, Hindu texts recognize female rights, unquote. But in India, because of verse 411, a Muslim daughter is entitled to only half of what a son is. Does this not bother our activists and those fighting for women's rights? Is this not discrimination? For how long will you make Muslim women suffer discrimination by shrouding them in this burqa of diversity? Number 2, there already is a uniform civil code applicable in Goa for decades. Goa has a minority population of 38%. Are the minorities in Goa suffering or being discriminated against because of the uniform civil code? On the contrary, they seem very happy. Number 3, the UCC is enshrined in our constitution under the directive principles. Dr. Ambedkar was an active proponent of it. He rejected amendments of exceptionality by Muslim legislators to Article 35, which is now 44, that asked for the UCC to be implemented. Quote, I personally do not understand why religion should be given this vast, expansive jurisdiction so as to cover the whole of life and to prevent the legislature from encroaching upon that field. After all, what are we having this liberty for? We are having this liberty in order to reform our social system, which is so full of inequities, discriminations, and other things which conflict with our fundamental right, unquote. Ambedkar ki nahi sunni, Supreme Court ki nahi sunni, Constitution ki nahi sunni, but Sharia ki sunni hai. And by the way, for bringing in social reform and equality to Hindu society, the Congress gladly brought in the Hindu Code Bill, but cowered away like a wet cat when it came to reforming Muslim society. I repeat, I am against any law or code that discriminates between gender, sex, caste, creed, religious denomination, communities or groups. Now just 30 seconds. Above everything else, Pranesh, there is a pursuit of a law or a code that begets what I call universal good. That is just, equal and based on science. Only then can societies progress. We have seen this time and again. The abortion limit has been decided by science and it has changed over years, has it not? Was that not warranted? Infant vaccination, contraception, prohibited in many societies. Was that not warranted? Similarly, science tells us that marriage of a woman upon puberty, sanctioned in Islam, demanded by AIMPLB and ratified by Indian courts, causes irreversible physical and mental damage to the woman's body. Should we continue to cause damage in the name of diversity? You want to continue to marry girl childs because your community has been doing so, while every other community in India has to follow the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act.
Right.
Is this pro-woman?
Let's put that to Ghanshyam Tiwari. Ghanshyam Tiwari, Samajwadi Party is part of India Alliance. You've been opposed to the UCC thus far. Will you oppose the secular civil code? We can't hear you, sir. I think you're on mute.
Good evening, Pranesh, to you, the viewers and my fellow co-panelists, and a very happy Independence Day to everyone. We wish that with our collective efforts, our nation will be prosperous, youth will find jobs, there will be harmony, the farmers will prosper, the women will be safe in India, and the society will be a torchbearer of values for modern society. As far as the Prime Minister's speech is concerned, this is a phantom, secular civil code. If somebody is going to give a speech on their own ideas of uniform civil code, I think Anand is a prolific speaker. He can speak for hours. But if somebody is going to speak about the clear framework that the government has prepared, I can devote my time on this debate to you, Pranesh, as a national news channel, or to Gopalji as spokesperson of BJP, to outline this phantom. You cannot come and debate a phantom that has not been outlined by the government itself. We have seen this government. Every time the Prime Minister thinks of a phantom as a maverick idea, the nation suffers. Demonetization, the nation suffered. Overnight GST, the nation suffered. Overnight lockdown, the nation suffered. The 3 black laws for farmers, the nation suffered. By the way, that phantom came from crony corporates of BJP. That is now known to everyone.
Well, Mr. Tiwari, I'm surprised you're saying so, because this phantom, according to you, is part of the constitution. It's in the constitution. I don't want to name the makers of the constitution, because extending your logic, you are insulting them by calling it a phantom.
Okay, Pranesh, I devote my time to you. Outline me the specific document that the Prime Minister introduced today on Uniform Civil Code or Secular Civil Code.
No, he hasn't. He's only calling for a debate on Secular Civil Code. What's the harm in it? Because the Constitution...
Then it becomes, it's clearly, now you came up with a smart one, because the word Uniform Civil Code is written. But we are talking about a law in this country. If you do not have the details, then it is a phantom. And no fast one can change that situation.
Okay. Dr. Ranganathan, quick response. Gopal Agarwal ji, coming to you after this.
No, I really respect my very good friend Ghanshyamji, but for him, calling this phantom is straight out of Marvel Comics, because demonetization was done by Morarji Desai in the 80s, 70s. You have the GST that was brought in by the Congress. You had the farm laws that were in the manifestos of each and every opposition party almost verbatim. So what phantom is he talking about? These are time-tested ideas that for 70, 80 years have not only been in the Constitution, my dear Ghanshyamji, they have also been reiterated by the Supreme Court in the Shah Bano judgment. There is nothing phantom about it. The only distinction I'd like to make, the cleverness of Narendra Modi ji today, is that he has called it the Secular Civil Code, I think for 2 reasons. Number one, now the so-called secularists would think twice about opposing it. And number 2, what UCC was implemented by the BJP government in Uttarakhand is actually not Uniform Civil Code, because a community has been exempted from it, the tribals. So it's not uniform anymore. But the moment you say Secular Civil Code, you can exempt some communities from it. So maybe that is the thinking behind Mr. Narendra Modi calling it Secular Civil Code instead of Uniform Civil Code.
And by the way, Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, this phantom, according to you, was also backed by Ram Manohar Lohia. Now, I don't want to get into what he said, but let's get in the BJP. Gopal Krishna Agarwal. The opposition is saying this is a phantom. आपकी तैयारी नहीं है, आप सेक्युलर सिविल कोड की बात कर रहे हैं, क्या होगा उसमें?
देखिए प्रदेश जी, we have to understand today is an important day of independence. We are celebrating Independence Day, and we should rise above the binary of communal discussion about Hindu and Muslims. Yesterday, we all celebrated the Vibhajan Vibhishika Divas on 14th August in 1947, when India was divided into 2 based on Hindu Muslims, and it was a communal division that took place. Now, in 1956, the Hindus and Sikhs and Jains, etc., were brought towards a uniform code for civil. We have a uniform criminal code. What stops from us to have a uniform civil code? Because it only deals with certain, it doesn't deal with religious aspect. The uniform civil code deals with marriage, divorce, maintenance, and sustainability, the succession, etc. These are important issues for gender equality, for the welfare of the people, for the welfare of the children, for the welfare of the women. And we should understand that these are very important. Go away.
No, of course it is important. Gopal Krishna Agarwal ji, can I
ultimately?
Okay, I think Dr. Ranganathan has a question for you, but before that, very quickly, I just want to ask you: have you consulted all your allies, sir? Are they on board?
Complete my. No, I'll answer this, but one important thing is India has its debate on Muslim women being partially dealt with in Shah Bano case.
Right,
so
I understand that, sir. I understand that.
Where it's important that the women force have not got their due.
Right.
And therefore, what the Prime Minister today says, that we need to have a larger debate on secular uniform code.
No, on that, Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari is saying you have the debate, but what have you prepared? Where is the draft?
We need a secular uniform civil code, well, like we had a criminal uniform criminal code. Why we don't? They don't stand for.
No, I get. अरे एक ही बात आप बार-बार बोल गोपाल कृष्ण जी, मैं समझ गया आपकी बात. अब डॉक्टर रंगनाथन आपसे एक सवाल पूछेंगे. अब पता नहीं तैयारी है कि नहीं. Let's see.
नहीं, Gopal ji, wish you a very happy Independence Day. Just one simple question to you. When you talk about, rightly so, and I completely support you, about the need for uniform civil code. Please tell me, in Uttarakhand, when you have applied it, why have you excluded the ST community from it? How is it uniform when you exclude a particular community from this code?
Anandji, what we are in a country where democracy is important. When you are moving ahead, you can ask Nehruji why he brought only uniform civil code for Hindus in 1956. That time, why he excluded the Muslim minorities. So the issue is, when we are moving, still we have so many debate narrative, and our opposition parties are working in a creating.
No, that is not the question, Gopal Krishna Agarwal ji. That is not the question. I get the larger point you are trying to convey.
Pranesh, what will happen now is that the Muslims will say, if you have excluded one community, then why can't we be excluded as well?
Kamru Zaman Chaudhary ji, the Congress has said.
No, but therefore.
No, let's get in the other, sir. Let me quickly open this up. Gopal, no, 1 minute.
Then discussing and.
Gopal ji, I'll come back to you. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, what will the Congress say now? Will you now back this secular civil code? Or is this not secular enough?
BJP and its patrons were not even born when the Constitution of India was written. And I believe Nehruji, Patelji, our father of the Constitution, Dr. Ambedkar, when they were writing, they all had a Congress vision in their mind, in their veins, and they had a vision for the country's future when they wrote the directive principles of state policy. Under this Article 36 to 51, it is clearly mentioned out there that the directive principles of state policy that Anandji is mentioning out here is not enforceable, but gives an important guideline for the government in future to formulate policy. That's correct. That we as a congressman, we also agree. A society has to progress by reforms. There is no doubt about it. Now come to the other part. Very recently, in 2018, when Narendra Modi's government formed the 21st Law Commission on the UCC, on the Uniform Civil Code, what did it say? It said that the UCC was neither necessary nor desirable at that time. Now, when the 22nd Law Commission is being formed, what has changed over the last 5 years? How has the society progressed? What achievement have we done in regards to the social reform?
That's a separate debate on achievements as a society. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, listen, we can have a separate round table on that. 1 minute. The direct question is, sir, and please answer this if you can. What is the objection to secular civil code in principle, sir?
Yeah, so should the secular civil code, as the Prime Minister suggests, be a duplicate of the Hindu civil code? And why should the Muslims follow the Hindu civil code? Why should the Christians follow the Hindu civil code? The Muslim civil code, Pranesh, you must understand, is very central and forms the basis of the Islamic law or the Islamic belief of a Muslim in the country or anywhere in the world. Whatever law you change.
No, so you're saying Sharia is supreme, not constitution. Yeah, Kamru Zaman Chaudhary वही बोल रहे हैं ना, in other words.
नहीं, Pranesh, don't misquote me, please.
I am not.
I said, for a Muslim and as a Muslim, for me, my religious belief is prime and central to my entire religious faith. It is subversive to the Constitution of India.
I have a different, no, 1 minute. Tomorrow I can argue that I have a different take on criminal laws. Will you honor my belief? Dr. Ranganathan बोलेंगे कि मैंने murder कर दिया, लेकिन I think it should not be punishable. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, you know, it's a recipe for anarchy.
When Anandji argues that the Muslim civil code is against the Hindus, how is that possible?
He didn't say that.
The uniform, he said that. You rewind it and say.
Dr. Ranganathan, straight question to you.
One code for the Muslims and another code against the Hindus. He said that.
Look,
Coming to the central.
No, he's answering your question. You objected, he's answering your question.
10 more seconds.
As I said, on the, okay.
The basic point, Pranesh, out here that I want to suggest out here, the society must be, there is a need for the society to reform. There is no doubt about it. But are you preparing the society for a reform, or are you simply dog whistling the people as you did in the triple talaq case?
Sir, secular civil code dog whistle kahan hai, sir? Agar if this is dog whistle, then the India Alliance is guilty of dog whistling daily.
Love jihad laws. Love jihad, this is secular civil code. Okay, Dr. Ranganathan. What about the amendments to the Waqf Act? What are the amendments of the repeal of the Registration of Muslim Marriages Act in Assam? Where are the data on the Triple Talaq Act? You have criminalized a civil code. Why?
You want
Sir, Supreme Court ने क्या बोला ट्रिपल तलाक में? कमरुज़्ज़मान चौधरी जी, this is classic obfuscation. Secular obfuscation है ये. This obfuscation is truly secular. Dr. Ranganathan, you come in, answer that question, then I'll bring in the others. One person at a time, faders down. Yes.
Rahul, this is absolutely ridiculous. What if a law that this gentleman says we must follow because it is crucial to our religion discriminates against people of that very religion? I gave you an example. The fact of the matter is that the daughter is given half the inheritance as the son is. Is that not discriminatory for Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, so-called progressive? But he will not go against 411. That is the problem. Is it not terrible for a girl child to be married off? When you know that upon reaching puberty, physically the child is not ready for marriage. Is this not discriminatory? But it is not. Because they want Sharia law. In their minds, Sharia is above constitution. That is a fact. I am telling you the truth.
Haji Rangrez, how would you respond to Prime Minister's proposition of a secular civil code? क्या सोचते हैं आप जो आज प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा कि एक secular civil code होना चाहिए?
देखिए, वो हिंदुत्व जो सिविल कोड है वो सभी लोगों पर थोपना चाहते हैं। और दूसरी बात, जो हमारी लॉ कमीशन था उसने 2018 में 185 पेज की एक रिपोर्ट कहा और उसमें कहा गया कि किसी तरीके की यूसीसी की जरूरत नहीं है। और जब हमारे संविधान निर्माताओं लोगों ने जब संविधान के अनुसार जो है पर्सनल लॉ को जो है उसमें कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट में पर्सनल लॉ की एंट्री की थी, तो उस पर क्यों विरोध है? फिर मैं कहता हूँ एक बात और कि जब स्टेट लिस्ट आप ये चाहते हैं, अगर यूसीसी लाना चाहते हैं, तो आपको पहले आर्टिकल 371 के तहत जो नागालैंड, मिजोरम, सिक्किम, गुजरात, आंध्रा को स्पेशल दर्जा प्राप्त है उसको हटाना पड़ेगा। फिर आप बार बार बात करते हैं आर्टिकल 44 की, आर्टिकल 48 की, तो फिर आप आर्टिकल 39 की क्यों नहीं करते जो गाय के लिए कानून है और जो वेल्थ के लिए कानून है कि कैसे 1% लोगों पे इतनी सारी संपत्तियां हैं, इन पर भी बात होनी चाहिए। तो मुसलमानों से नफरत करते करते हमारी इस टीवी की डिबेट में पैनल में भी कुछ लोग हैं, अगर वो बार बार उनका हवाला देते हैं, बार बार पुरानी इतिहासों की बातें करते हैं, आप ये बताइए, अगर मैं मर्डर करता हूं, मैं चोरी करता हूं, मैं डकैती डालता हूं, तो मेरे को किसके तहत सजा मिलती है? इस देश के संविधान के अनुसार बने हुए कानून के तहत मिलती है। तो ये कुछ लोग ये फैक्ट नैरेटिव फैलाया जाता है कि उन्हें अलग
नहीं, तो फेक नैरेटिव क्या है? वो तो वहां तो यूनिफॉर्मिटी है क्रिमिनल लॉज में। ये क्या आप कंफ्यूज कर रहे हैं दोनों को, या शायद समझे नहीं या मिसलीड कर रहे हैं रंगरेज साहब आप?
मैं स्पष्ट होके बता रहा हूं कि किसी भी तरीके से आप ये बताइए, क्या हिंदू तैयार है इसके लिए?
मुझे एक बात, मैं आपसे बस एक चीज ये जानना चाहता हूं, आपने जो भी
जन्मों का साथ होता है,
एक मिनट,
उनमें शादी जो सुनिए सर, उनमें शादी तो होती है, जन्मों का साथ होता है, हमारे में जो है वो आरजी होता। तो ये इस तरीके की आप क्या इस देश की किस तरफ ले जाए? आप मैन इश्यूज से भाजपा चाहती है,
ये क्या मेरे समझ में नहीं आया ये एग्जाम्पल, मुझे नहीं समझ में आया आपने क्या कहा। कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग ही बोला होगा। प्रोफेसर अनवर पाशा,
समझ में नहीं आएगा सर, आपने चश्मा लगा रखा है ना सर?
नहीं, चश्मा तो अब प्रोफेसर पाशा ने भी लगा रखा है,
आपको दिखता ही नहीं और कोई की आवाज।
प्रोफेसर पाशा ने भी लगा रखा है।
इस बात के फेवर करेगा कि मोदी जी ने सही कहा है, तो आप उनकी बात सुनिए।
अब आप देखिए कहां से हम सिविल कोड से चश्मे पे आ गए। अब चलिए, अब प्रोफेसर पाशा बोलेंगे, उन्होंने भी चश्मा लगा लिया है। प्रोफेसर पाशा, इन प्रिंसिपल व्हाट इज द ऑब्जेक्शन टू अ सेक्युलर सिविल कोड?
Before coming to this question, Pranesh ji, I will wish a very happy Independence Day to all the viewers of your channel. In fact, it seems that I have listened to the entire speech of our Prime Minister, and it seems that he has not taken any lesson from the mandate of the people of the recent concluded parliamentary election. People have rejected the communal agenda of BJP and the Prime Minister. But keeping in mind the election in 3 states, Maharashtra, Haryana and Jharkhand, Prime Minister is trying to create this communal frenzy and communal divide among the people to get votes. This is the fact. Coming to the common civil code, now suddenly the secularism has become very important for our Prime Minister. Till now he was very afraid of using this word secularism. But now he is saying that secular civil code. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. Common civil code, you know, we all know, is a constitutional provision. It's not out of constitution. We know that the framer of our constitution, they kept this provision in the constitution.
नहीं, उसको तो घनश्याम जी फैंटम बोल रहे हैं.
There is suggestion that we should move towards a common civil code. No. Yeah, but the constitution has this provision, this provision of Muslim civil code, personal civil code is a provision, constitutional provision. Can you say that this is not constitutional?
But I am not saying that.
Muslim personal law is a constitutional provision. Is it not a fact?
तो ये तो आप मेरी तरह बात कर रहे हैं.
And
मैं तो यही बोल रहा था सर.
Yeah, this is constitutional provision. Muslim personal law is a constitutional provision. You are not saying this. And when BJP and RSS talks about common civil code, they talk about the Manusmriti civil code. They want to impose Manusmriti civil code on the entire country. This is their agenda. They have this agenda.
Okay, तो नाम secular है लेकिन agenda communal है.
Even Manusmriti is very secular for.
Okay, so that's a big charge. Big charge. Dr. Ranganathan, quickly.
प्रणेश, वेरी क्विकली देखो, इंडिया को और हमारे मुस्लिम ब्रदर और सिस्टर्स को फंडामेंटलिस्ट मुस्लिम से इतना डेंजर नहीं है जितना कि मॉडरेट मुस्लिम से है, और आपने देखा ये. मैं 2 पॉइंट कहना चाहूंगा. डू यू रिमेंबर द शाह बानो जजमेंट? लेट मी एक्चुअली कोट वन रिवीलिंग लाइन फ्रॉम इट. कोट, nor are we impressed by the plea of the All India Muslim Personal Law Board that in Ayat 241, the exhortation for paying maintenance is to the more pious and the more God-fearing, not to the general run of Muslims, unquote. Pranesh, this was the extent to which the AIM-PLB was prepared to go in defense of misogyny. They were even dividing Muslims who worship the Quran. The petitioner argued that there is no concept of alimony in Quran beyond the iddat period of 3 months after talaq. The only exception being if the divorced woman is pregnant, then she has to be given maintenance till the child is born. Millions of Muslims demanded a Muslim woman should not be given alimony beyond the iddat period. The Congress agreed. ये है इनका secularism. Number 2, मैं progressive Mr. Pasha से ये जानना चाहता हूँ, is he or is he not for equal inheritance being given to the daughter as to the son? चैलेंज है, इनको बोल दे कि ही इज अगेंस्ट द आयात 411. चैलेंज है.
बोलिए सर. प्रोफेसर पाशा.
मिस्टर रंगनाथन, आई थिंक is it not correct that Islam is the only religion in the world which gives rights to the women?
अब ये देखिए,
no other religion gives rights to the women.
411?
Is it not correct? Is it not correct?
सीधा सा सवाल है. आप डर रहे हैं बोलने में.
Another thing.
मैं आपसे आंसर नहीं चाहता.
I'm talking about.
Professor साहब, I know your
tell
answer.
me,
I don't.
What is the provision of rights? Tell me what is.
आपका सर
Tell me what is the provision. I know what is the provision of rights of women in Manusmriti. Manusmriti, which is very dear to your heart. What is the provision of rights of women in Manusmriti?
Okay, let's bring in Rohit Agarwal.
What is the provision of rights in Manusmriti?
Rohit Agarwal, RLD is an ally of the BJP or part of the NDA. Will you back secular civil code?
First of all, today is a very auspicious day for our secular country. I would like to wish people of India a very happy Independence Day. Now, the problem is this with the India Alliance, that they are unable to understand how to defend this, because now we are not talking about the UCC, we are talking about secular civil code, and when the word comes secular, then for Samajwadi Party it's getting phantom. I think India Alliance is itself a phantom right now, as we are seeing how different opinions they have on different issues. Now the problem is this, कि opposition is unable to understand what we have to do. Actually they want to oppose everything, whatever government is going to do, whether it is in favor of country, whether it is against something for the people, but they want that they should oppose everything. Now what is the problem when you talk about secular civil code? How can you oppose secular civil code? You was talking till now that BJP is working on the agenda of Hindutva, but today Prime Minister from Red Fort, he is saying himself that we want to implement secular civil code. Now actually Congress wants that half of the Sharia should be implemented and half of the constitution should be implemented. When it comes to the criminal laws, then you should implement the Constitution of India, and when it comes to the civil laws, then you should implement a Sharia. Now, first of all, you make your agenda clear. Either you want to implement Sharia Kanun, or you want to go with
Let's get a quick response from Ghanshyam Tiwari.
संविधान खत्म हो जाएगा का नारा देके
ये फैंटम चला नहीं आपका?
Pranesh, yeah, Rohit said India Alliance is a phantom. Very simple question. How many parties are there in this NDA? Does Rohit has an answer? Do you have an answer? That's the reality of this NDA, so-called NDA. Now coming to the two specific points, because this is a national channel, falsities and propaganda cannot become the anchor of a debate. When Anand Ranganathan says that this is a step towards curtailing early marriages of girls under 18, the NFHS survey, number 5, talks about that. You know what Times of India says? Times of India says the headline is 3 girls are forced into child marriage per minute in India. Are they only from one religion? So the point is that
let's all come together and advocate secular. बंद कर दीजिए उसको. कौन कह रहा है सही है वो?
Please allow me. The point is that this government has gotten away without discussing data on policies.
Okay.
Love jihad without data on
Let's
policies.
see when the bill comes in Parliament and when a discussion happens. We've run out of time on this one. I thank some of you for joining us on debate number 1.